What's up? I'm Hurri Haran, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Time isn't passing. I pour up another cup and I'm already thinking about the next one.
Alright, we got my dog Hurri Haran jumping off the porch with us today.
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing, family?
Good. I can't complain. It's my first time in the A, you know.
Real
so
spill.
I'm enjoying it.
I appreciate that, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the porch with us today, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you feel about the city of Atlanta?
I haven't had bad food yet, so that's a great sign, you know.
Dang, what you been eating?
I had some. We went to this fish spot earlier. I forgot the name of it, but it was my first time trying catfish. It was pretty good.
What?
Last night we had some Asian food. I don't know the name of any of these spots.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know I had wings. That was the first thing I had.
You had hot lemon pepper?
When we came. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Put you down.
Yes. It was great. It was great. So I can't complain. The food is treating me right. Been making some music. Yeah.
You lit. We ain't got no oxtail pizzas out here though.
Listen, y'all don't even need it. You don't need it. I don't.
For real?
Yeah. Nah. Y'all. I don't think they belong together. That's me personally. That's my taste buds, but like a lot of people go crazy for it from where I'm from in New York.
So let's dive down more to where you from, right? So tell us about your upbringing in New York City, man.
Well, I'm from East New York. I've been living there my whole 22 years of my life, and you know, it's pretty like, I guess you can say kind of cliche at times of what people would expect. Like, you know, you got your grimy moments, but like it's not just all like, you know, I feel like people view New York as just like Tim's and get the fuck out my way like 24/7. But like, you know, we chill, like we say hi to each other in the neighborhood when we walking past and all that. Like, not everything is too aggressive, but like, you know, it definitely shaped it shaped everything about me, of course, in life, and it helped me like remain unique as well. Like, you know, if I see like certain people in my neighborhood just all going down one path or whatever, like I was that guy that's like, you know, let me try to experiment with something else and bring something, or like, you know, just be that difference. And so, you know, it's just the city has helped me be diverse, I guess, yeah. No,
that's real, that's real, that's real. So, how would you describe the people and the way of life and the culture of East New York, and where is that exactly, what part?
I'm in East New York, where it's by like Linden Boulevard, by the projects and stuff like that, so it's very diverse over there. You got like, you know, your old heads, different type of old heads too. You got the old heads that's running the streets. You got the old heads that's trying to run people out the streets. You got the old heads that's just observing, just watching everything happen, staying out the way. Then you got everybody my age, and it's like, I think regardless of the age, like the older you are, the younger you are, it's always those like same three categories. It's like, you know, you got the people who are heavy in the streets, the people who are heavy in their books. But yeah, like I hope did I answer the question fully?
Yeah, no, for sure. What type of kid would you describe yourself as coming up?
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the memory that I'm thinking of, because if you ask one of my parents, they'd be like, oh, he was a lot. But you know, if you ask them on a good day, they're like, you know, like, I really appreciate it, like, raising you as a kid. But I think I was 50-50 in school. Like, you know, I was always, in terms of like authority and like people trying to like, you know, I guess control me like from young, I was always bad with dealing with that. So, you know, I was a smart kid, so like, you know, I get my work done and all of that, but behavior-wise, like if somebody would try to tell me what to do, I would always like, you know, do the opposite, not do what they told me to do. Yeah. And so that's where I would end up getting in trouble as a kid. Like, you know, get my work done, you know. Sometimes I like to laugh, I like to have fun and stuff, so it's either...
You was some class clown?
Yeah, class clown, or, you know, just being bad to authority. Not being bad, but not...
Respecting authority, for real.
Yeah, not respecting authority.
No, I feel that, for real.
And so, that's how I was being a kid. And, you know, definitely all those moments are like, you know, I was able to learn from it, like, as a kid, and keep growing and develop into this current stage. Yeah. Like, I'm not just stuck on, like, you know, like, same kiddie Haran. I don't know. Certain people don't evolve, so.
No, I understand. And a lot of people misunderstand younger kids who are rebellious, because they're not necessarily rebellious. They're honestly just curious.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
I say that to people. I used to do childcare, you know, and it was like, I had a certain point where I was like, yo, like, when this kid is doing something that's like upsetting me, that's because of what I was conditioned to do by other authorities. Yeah. And it's like, when I was, you know, rebelling against those authorities, that's because my spirit was trying to, like, you know, say like, you don't have to be so controlling. Like,
Yeah.
just because you told me to do something doesn't mean I have to get up and do it now. Like sometimes if I told a kid like, yo, like clean your room, bro, I would be upset if he didn't go and clean it right away. But like if I'm that kid that you know, like I'm chilling, you see me on my phone and you just want me to get up and go clean my room right now. Like no, let me finish doing what I'm doing. So that's how it is.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
So when would you say you discovered your passions for music?
High school, like it became really serious in high school, but I became like, I guess the interest began like in elementary school, like, you know, learning how to, learning poetry, how to structure, write rhymes and all of that stuff. And then like after school, finishing homework, chilling with my parents in the room, watching the whole 106 in Park Top 10, like every day of the week, literally.
Yeah.
Freestyle Fridays, all of that. So that, you know, seeing that, or like, you know, seeing music videos and artists come up, be a guest on the show, have interviews, it showed me like, you know, like, wow, maybe I want to use my voice for a living. So, yeah.
So at what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
10th grade, my bro invites me to his home studio, me and a couple other friends. And literally it's like, one of my bros went in and started the song. Did 8 bars, other bro did the other 8 bars, I did the hook. Other 2 bros split the last verse, hook comes back in. And then when we did that, like it wasn't the best song ever, but I liked the process of making music and trying to figure out my voice. And that led me to the point of like just saying like, you know, I'm gonna keep doing this. Starting to do it on my own as well. Like first song I recorded by myself was a song on SoundCloud called Zanessa. And I recorded that on a Wii, like a Wii microphone. Like there's this game for the Wii called Rap Star or something like that. And like it was a USB mic, you plug it into like the Wii itself or whatever. I went inside the little cabinet, took that, put it inside my laptop, wrapped 2 socks over it, and then just started rapping inside Logic Pro. And people really liked it, like the quality was, but like, you know how SoundCloud be like,
Yeah.
It's just like, if it sound good, people gonna gravitate towards it. So people gravitated towards it, and it inspired me, gave me that confidence to keep going. And so I just kept going for 6 years, and now 6 years later, people really like my song Beyonce, titled Beyonce, and here I am on the porch.
Nah, real shit. Did you ever anticipate Beyonce being what it would be 6 years ago, recording on that Wii mic with 2 socks over it in the closet?
Honestly, it was just, I can't, like 6 years ago, it wasn't really that sure. Like the confidence wasn't like this is gonna happen. It was just the vision and a lot of hope. Like I seen, you know, if I could stay consistent, I seen where I could take it if I grow. But I would say like, I started really seeing it when I hit the halfway mark into that, like, you know, 3 years in, I developed as an artist, like unlocking my voice expanding, starting to perform. I think by then I had my first music video. And from then I was just like, yeah, like, nah, I'm 3 years in, like I'm not, you know, I didn't just waste all that time, like go another 3. And now it's just like, let's go another 6. And then once we do that, let's go another 12. Like just keep adding, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, but it's just, it's gradual really. Like from the jump, I can admit, like I wasn't really just like nah, I'm gonna make it. It was more so like I wanna make it, and I'm gonna put the work in to get myself to the point to be that confident where it's just like, yeah, like, nah, I am gonna make it.
Real shit.
So.
And you made it, my dog.
Yes, sir.
Nah, for real. How hard was it convincing your parents to trust you? Especially coming from West Indian parents. I know that culture is like really strict and really hard on their kids. So how hard was it for you to explain them like, Mom, Dad, trust me?
Tough. When I tell you tough, I mean like 6 years tough. Like Beyonce is the reason why they on board. So it's like, you know, the first year, it was really tough because I was still in high school, you know, 10th grade. Well, it really got more consistent towards 11th grade. And I wanted to do a lot of things music related. And my grades were slipping. And so, like, you know, any good parent is gonna try to pick up that schoolwork and stuff like that. So I was clashing with them there. Like, there was people who claimed to have my best interest in music, and me being young, like I was just falling for the dream I was being sold. And so, you know, there was times where I'm just bringing them certain information, and them having to communicate to me like, you know, like, I don't know if this is gonna go the right. Like, you know, it was a lot of tears and like just tough conversations, but now I'm up to the point where learning and trusting them, It's just, it's to the point where it's just like, it can't be denied, you know?
Yeah.
I showed them the conversations I'm having, showing them text messages like, yo, like, you gotta do this, that, and the third. This person wants to meet, this person wants to speak. It's like, you know, they have no, like, you can't deny it. And then it's just like, what are they gonna tell me? Miss out on $1 million opportunity to help the family grow, you know?
Exactly.
So it feels good.
So fast forward, did you anticipate Beyonce turning into this huge summer anthem?
Yes and no. I would say no, because, you know, before this, I was just in the space of dropping music, and like, it was happening very gradual. So it's like, okay, when I drop Beyonce, like, I see myself getting this amount of buzz, and then I already had a song lined up for afterwards. Just like, that's gonna lead into this, where this song can potentially double that. It's always like that, even with Beyonce right now, it's still like that. But it just happens that Beyonce is just going crazier than expected. It's over, you know, it's going over, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Forget it. It's superseding standards, if that's a correct terminology. But like, yeah, it's been crazy. Once it dropped, and I started getting that feeling of knowing like it was gonna be solidified after we shot the music video, because the music video was shot probably 2 weeks after the song dropped. And once we got it back, and I just seen the energy, just the energy of that day was memorable. Like, the song didn't have to be what it is right now. Like, the day is legendary to me in general, because it's just me and all my friends, like, and we had a great time. But, you know, the fact that the song is what it is right now is like the cherry on top. And once we got the video back, and before I even posted it that night, I was just so amazed by Josiah's work. I was just like, this is the one for me. Even if it's not the one for the world, like, this is the one for me. Like,
yeah.
My first music video that I'm fully satisfied with, like, front to back.
No, that's hard.
Yeah,
that's real.
It's pretty cool.
Talk about including your Trinidadian roots into this record.
Mm-hmm. So it's like approaching the beat, from the approach of the beat itself. Like, I've grown up around Caribbean music my whole life, whether it's soca, you know, dance hall, like, you know, whichever category of Caribbean music. I've been around it my whole life because my dad is a DJ, so that bleeds into Beyonce, because it's like I'm comfortable, like, you know, experimenting with those kids. Like, you know, it's in my blood. Two, it's like, since I'm hearing it growing up, like, I'm comfortable just using my voice to even shout out Trinidad, or, like, you know, in the music video, bring out flags and stuff like that.
I had the flags going crazy.
Yeah,
it was like you made Trinidad proud, bro.
You know, it's embracing that, because, like, I don't know, a lot of artists in the city right now do have Caribbean background, whether they were born in Brooklyn or not. Like, most of Brooklyn is Caribbean, but everybody's more so like just sticking with this more New York or like American approach to, like, you know, just a lot of drill, a lot of like street activity. And that's like, with me, I'm like, you know, the Caribbean, like, they like to have a good time, they like to party. What if I just bring that to the city, like, you know, and bring that to the, so.
I was basically gonna ask, like, for you to tap in more so on that, being that you're American Caribbean. And oftentimes they feel that American Caribbeans don't carry the same traditions and same roots, but here you are bringing what you know from growing up from your father and celebrating it here in the States and making it an anthem here, you know what I'm saying?
That's actually something I spoke about with my dad, where he was like, you know, it's kind of harder for an artist to be making that type of music and then break over there or be accepted over there. But with me, it's just like, you know, I feel like, you know, I could do it. Like, if I show I got the, like, you know, the right energy, and it's very, or like, genuine. Like, I'm not just trying to use like a Trinidad flag just to like make, you know, make
really
money,
right.
or for Trinidad. It's just like, I love Trinidad. I'm not ashamed of having a Trinidad background. So it's like, if I could show that off, if I could flaunt that and make that country more popular, I'm gonna do it every time.
That's some real shit. No, that's real. I think you made Trinidad proud, bro.
I hope I did, man. I hope when I go out there, we could do a you know, a Trini version to the video or something like.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You think Beyonce heard it?
I mean, like, yeah, I think there's like a 50% chance that she did.
Oh shit.
Because it's going around, like, you know, it's in a lot of good hands, like, you know, music industry wise, aside from like just the general population of the world. So it's a pretty good chance that she did, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
What if
But
Beyonce
I feel like,
hop on that bitch, bro?
that's what I was about to say. I feel like that's the only person that could like remix that. It gotta be Beyonce featuring Beyonce or something like.
That'd be cold. So, What are your plans now that the people are finally paying attention to what you've been playing out for years?
What are my plans? My plan is to change just like, well, okay, so I want to create like, you know, or at least not create, because I don't even have to have all the credit for it, but I want to help like usher in like a new genre of music. And I guess like that's really my goal within like, you know, dropping music, like make something that people haven't necessarily heard before. Like you might have, this beat might sound Afro-ish or R&B, like, you know, hip hop, it might sound like a drill beat, but like mixing in like, you know, the words, the cadence and everything, that's where like, you know, it starts to shift. And then that's where instrumentally, like, you know, people might just find, like, you know, just find that new genre of music, that beat to, they'd be like, yo, like, I don't know what to call this, but I hear you on this. And then, you know, maybe I use my voice on it and we just give the world something just totally 100% fresh and brand new. Cause like, I feel like Beyonce is like, you know, a lot of people also have been telling me it's a breath of fresh air and it's very nice and I appreciate that. And that comes from like, you know, a combination of other, like, you know, a blatant like combination of Afro, and then like, you know, I approach it in a kind of like an R&B, like rap type of way. So like that's where you get that mix of like a breath of fresh air. But I want something like, you know, just out of this world, like type of thing.
Nah,
so
you on your way. You on your way, gang, for sure. So what can we expect from your project?
Definitely, I would say like element-wise, you know, good duration. I'm striving for replay value, like, you know, and just, you know, feel good music, like nothing that I don't ever want to, I want people to, even if I'm speaking on something such as like depression or bad feelings, like I just always want people to feel good and like reflective about it. I don't want the song to be like, you know, pulling you down where it's just like when I listen to this song, it's like, I'm sad as hell. Like I don't want to do that. I want to bring good vibrations, so.
No, that's real. So what else you working on besides music?
Besides music, I just working on myself as a person. Like I'm trying to be the best I can be, you know, as a soul. Like, cause like the way I look at life is you know, I'm not just this body. I'm inside of it. I'm driving it. Once this body dies, like, you know, my soul is gonna roam wherever. So it's like just continue to build what's on the inside of this body, make it the best it could be, because that is what's going into my music. It's not, this body isn't going into my music, it's my soul, my energy. So just keep working on that.
No, that's real. Would you say it's hard to make it out of East New York?
Yeah, like hard in the sense of, you know, it's a lot of influence. So it's, I feel like my way of making it out was like dodging the influence, like, you know, dodging like people like, you know, let's like just, you know the certain cultures that's going around, like, you know, I'm a pretty chill guy, like I'm not violent whatsoever. So it's like, I got friends who might get into certain things, but when the influence is going away where I know I don't belong there, it's just like, you know, you stand, I guess being an individual is really the only way to make it out, and sometimes it's hard to be an individual, because like, you know, you're growing up at a young age, the influence, you're just a sponge, like, so it's just kids, you're taking it from kids, adults, certain old heads in the hood, like, you know, it's hard, but it just depends on who you are as like a soul.
For sure.
So, yeah.
No, that's real. What advice would you give the youth that's struggling with individuality?
You know, it's tough. You just gotta really overcome that feeling on the inside that might feel like, you know, you might be worried about if somebody calls you corny or somebody calls you soft or like, you know, stuff like that, but it's like, would you know, is it that serious to fit in? Like, I would rather be the person that makes everybody else want to fit in than me just follow behind everybody else and fit in. So, you know, we all have the power to do that. It's just a matter of finding the power in yourself to believe that, you know.
No, for real. What type of positive influence would you say you want to leave on the culture of the new youth coming into this new generation?
Just like showing that, you know, if you just, you know, hard work does pay off. Like,
yeah, nah, for
hard
real.
work definitely does pay off. Don't be worried about if you started this amount of time ago and somebody started a day after or 10 years after and gets it the same day they started or stuff like that. It's like, you know, appreciate your own journey. That's all you can really do. Like, don't worry about nobody else. Appreciate your journey. Your journeys will come together to work with each other. And if it doesn't come together or if you clash with somebody, just keep pushing.
Nah, for real.
Pushing,
Any last words and shout outs?
Shout out to Josiah Powers for shooting that music video for me. Shout out to CJ Shallow for mixing all my music. Shout out Bounty Hunter for making the beat. Shout out Javi as well for shooting the video alongside Josiah. Shout out my man Just 7 for all these opportunities, man. Just setting us up right. And shout out Off the Porch for having me here.
My dog. Nah, for sure. Hurri Haran, we appreciate having you on the porch with us, gang.
Yes, sir.
Bro, when
Thank
you blow
man.
up, you know you gotta come back. Fuck
Oh
with
no,
us.
we back. We gonna be
God.
here periodically. We gonna have updates.
Yeah, I
Gonna
can't
be
wait for
here.
you to come back and be like, man, I
Yeah, I
got
gotta
like a
put you on.
53-acre ranch and like goats and horses and shit.
Well, we could shoot. We gonna shoot it on the ranch or something.
I'm fucking with it. All right, Herb, we appreciate having you, gang.
Thank you, bro.
Bet.
This was Hurri Haran on Off the Porch. See you next time.
All right.
Time isn't passing. I pour up another cup and I'm already thinking.